I don't
Like,
know. I just sometimes I'm nervous about. Well, I'm nervous about this one because it could be the end. excited, but I don't know. That's maybe more I'm nervous. It's like an excited thing. Like I'm excited, but I don't know. I'm just excited. D&D and getting to be with you guys in this.
Aww.
Whether we'll see what it is tonight. Who knows? But I guess, are we live? I don't know.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are live.
Well, hello, people. 3 years, no context.
Oh, no context.
It's perhaps the end of a 3-year campaign.
Oh,
no. I don't know. I say that, but I don't know. It's the end game, I say, for the Strahd stuff. But yeah. All right. We're all doing good.
Oh, the nerves.
Yep.
It's gonna be a doozy, I think.
Lives are on the line. It's okay.
I think it's gonna be a doozy.
We still have to clean up from Vampir's assault on Barovia, though. So
yeah, there'll be some
of
that.
The woods yet.
Yeah, we'll see how. Yeah, there'll be some of that. I think. I don't know how deep we'll get into, or just depends on how deep you guys want to get in that. There'll definitely be some of that, and some of it you'll have more understanding of the after effects of the battle. But I guess if we're ready, I don't know if we need to say anything else. We can.
May the dice gods have mercy on all of our souls.
Yeah. Yes, please.
It's gonna be a doozy, I think.
Should be interesting.
Yep.
I'm ready, man.
All right, so ostensibly on Curse of Strahd, the party fighting the dread domain deity Vampire in space, intending to seal the powerful entity and further free Strahd von Zarovich from its malign influence. Much epic moments abounded, and I guess with this, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Don't feel like you have to, because this is definitely different than what I normally do. But if you would like to share a moment that you loved from last session, please do so, and then I will continue with my ostensiblies. But if there's nothing that comes to mind,
you mean like the moment where we were falling from the sky and the whole coven was behind each other just chanting the words while we sealed Vampire? That was pretty fucking epic.
It was beautiful.
Yep.
Let's not forget Mark going Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Mark is 100% the MVP of that fight.
Oh, power of friendship.
Love it. Then the blitzball scenes with the sanguine sphere of the blood orbs.
Mark being the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I was so nerve-wracked holding on to my channel divinities because normally that's what I keep you guys alive with. And having to use those to make sure those orbs hit.
Yep. That was massive. It's crazy. What was that, Jay? You were...
Oh, it's just talking about like the amount of healing that Selena did was huge.
Y'all worked well. I thought for sure more of you would go down because it was doing massive amounts of damage. And
Was that the first fight Moru didn't go down to 0?
Yeah, that's actually generally healthy, to be honest.
Yeah. And then, so with that,
well, if I can just say as a player, especially because the stream is going as well, just like I guess a PSA, after that fight with Vampire, all of you guys like legitimately thanked me for the healing, and I was riding that high for like the whole entire week. Going into even today, I still feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside, so that meant a lot to me as well.
That's awesome. It's good to hear.
So if you got people out there in your games that are clerics, thank them. It means the world to
them hills. Yeah.
Thank your clerics.
Thank your clerics out there. All right. Well, I'll get back to my ostensiblies, and I did highlight, so some things. Vampire. So just in the midst of the battle, you got Vampire down as he morphed into another form, his second form, perhaps, maybe true form of twisting, misty flesh. He brought forth an event horizon that nearly all the party members fell prey to, this gravity warping void effect. Things looked bleak as your forms were being compressed against each other. Perhaps many of the group holding hands. At least you would go together in the dark until Mark, Lou's Uncle Imp Familiar, let forth a dispel magic, and with a promise he would get you kids out of Barovia. The words declared and took hold, disrupting the event horizon and saving the party from almost sheer doom. With all the three sanguine sphera infused into vampire, weakening the creature, the coven, Afton, Lucina began the Requiem of Binding. The first two verses weakened its legendary resistance. Then Vampire, realizing what the party was attempting to do, ripped open its mist void lair back into Barovia, the eye of the storm, where Strahd and his forces fought below, with its gaze set upon Strahd. And as Vampire surged below towards Strahd, it began to turn, twist its fleshy tendrils lashing out into Strahd's forces arrayed in battle, turning them, twisting them, controlling them. The party let themselves descend into the mist storm, and with another verse of the Requiem sung out by the coven, Vampire was sealed and shut closed by the power of three. And so, we pick up with the party descending safely back to the lands of Barovia. You hear a chorus, a chant, a proclamation of victory as you hear the forces atop their stone griffins, vampiric forces, some humanoids. You hear the dragons, the vampiric dragons roaring in victory. And you hear, as you are descending, some perhaps flying, some feather falling, you hear a shout and a flash of black begin to ascend as you hear Strahd scream out in victory, shouting, "Yes, yes!" As he comes up to you all, Afton, you see his face aglow, his eyes smile. You see him still clenching his fists, but he smiles. You've done it! We've done it! We are nearly free! Yes! You see the dragons descend down to him. They switch forms. He embraces them. He speaks out to his troops. Today will be a day that we will never forget. We are so close, my people. Celebrate this victory in your hearts. Tonight, these heroes have saved us, sealed the ward and keeping us here. Go. You know your duties. Put out the fires that you can. But we will truly celebrate when we are in the new land. And the forces go off, doing their duties, putting out fires, helping where they can. And as you all are, I imagine now Strahd goes down to the ground. You all with him if you want, but you can see that the lands of Barovia there are fires. Vallaki, many of the buildings, not many, but several of the buildings near the closest to the lake, destroyed, ruined. You could see when you were high up, there is further damage and destruction, and that there will need to be rebuilding, regrowth, healing. Some of the forces of Strahd head to the castle to recuperate, but with this, what would you all like to do? As Strahd descends, you do see Irina down there next to him. You see this upon the lake that is frozen. There is this kind of uh, black ectoplasm all about, perhaps blood of the creatures that Strahd fought, and just little mists of wisps of arise from the blood. This ectoplasm that seems to be melting or evaporating as you land down on the ice. And I will say, of note, the only ones that are missing from your group are Boggy and Judas.
Uh-oh.
Ismark is, you can see his body is torn, beaten, um, will need definitely healing from what the creature did to him, but most of his body seems reverted. But there are definitely wounds and deep ones. I imagine Selena likely has begun tending to him, but like I said before, what would you like to do? Strahd looks at you all. He kind of turns though for a second as you see him dance with Irina, celebrating.
First thing Lou would do is go to Lucina and like hug her. Like, holy shit, we did it.
I'm gonna
So close.
casually try and take the book.
You're
back
not, because
from
Lou's
her.
also gonna do it.
No. I
Just
will
saying.
actually murder you if you try and take that book before the duel.
Okay,
And
just
she will actually say that over the earring to you.
Lou takes it and hands it to Afton.
This is not your property until after.
Lou was intending to give it to you to decide. Okay, don't have such a negative expectation.
It's not my book. It's no one's book yet.
It's yours to decide what to do with for now.
I will say, on the book, there are also, and you can, cosmetically, you can describe how these chains or locks look like, but there are 3 chains, and I imagine they have some sort of iconography or symbolism to the 3 of the coven. So maybe later you can just explain, or you can just describe right now what these kind of locks or chains or some sort of maybe rune or something keeping this book sealed now.
Afton's is a pair of folded wings with a keyhole in the middle.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Lou's would be like chain, like linked chain. Every second link would be made. I hope you'll allow this, but like one would be mithril, then adamantine, so it'd be like black, then white, then black, then white, and they'd all be in the shape of feathers. So it's like kind of represents the black and white wings Lou has.
I like
So
it.
yours is the chains, mine is the lock, and what is this?
Lucina's gonna be like a blood seal or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
think there's-
runes, the blood runes on it.
Yeah, there are blood runes. I think there's kind of one in the center, and then kind of on the actual kind of like corners, the edges of the books, there's kind of these blood rune like seal kind of clamps on the edges, keeping it sealed tight. With similar, definitely the runes look different than what's on the Shield Guardian. But I think there's one says, I think one rune kind of signifies kind of sisterhood, sister. Then one is brother, and then the other is forgiveness.
Aww.
In the center. And she's
Oh.
holding on to you, hugging you. That was too close.
Yeah, it was very close, but we got it. You got it in the end.
We all did.
I like to think Mark then flies down.
Yeah. Ah!
Fist bump.
Yeah. Boss. Oh. That was too close.
Yeah.
Too close, guys.
Guys, we sealed the god. We sealed the fucking god.
No, we did. We
I don't
sealed
care
it
if we're still not out of the woods, but fucking hell, that's amazing.
If nothing else, we've done something.
Guys, it's been so long since we had a victory. Do you realize that? When was our last victory? I mean,
Just
cleansing
now.
the Fanes was tough, but this was.
But even those weren't victories. Something was lost in those.
Mhm.
There's nothing lost in this one, guys. I'm not dead. The Raven Queen is still alive.
Uh, and then Lou looks to Ryland, who's probably looking out for Judas.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh
Mhm.
shit, maybe we did lose someone."
Might have spoken too soon there. Yeah, as soon as obviously for those first few moments, Rylan was really happy and excited and about to go and hug Afton, and then he notices Judas is gone. Ah.
Afton's gonna grab Ryland and dimension Doris up and then start flying the rest of the way.
So just in attempts to search for Judas.
Yeah.
Do I still
Oh,
have
thank
haste
you.
on? Or did we lose that?
I imagine
it-
there was a moment. I imagine that
If
As
we
you
still
were-
got it
yeah.
for like 6 to 12 seconds, I still
it's
have
probably up. To tell
I
the
still
truth.
have hundreds of feet of movement. Whatever way they went, Moru would simply say over the thing, "I can look the other way," and he will book it going the other way.
So we have a bird's eye view looking for
Go ahead and make
this.
perception checks.
Cool. And then Moru would say over
I have
the
terrible
over the
perception.
thing, I'd be like, "I'm sorry, Ryland, I didn't realize."
Ryland!
Snap. Do I even need to roll?
Oh baby.
I'm not even gonna roll. I haven't seen it.
No,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
What?
Well,
I
you guys should have
almost,
seen.
I almost rolled a natural 20 as well.
You should have seen what Moru rolled too. Like Ryland's is impressive.
yeah.
But freaking Moru just has crazy
I
perception.
rolled
too.
a 17, which I have a plus 14, so it's 31. It's just one above your.
I have a plus
my goodness.
0.
I
I rolled a
accidentally rolled on-
natural 19.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're gonna find him.
He's like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, right.
It's that bird's eye view. We
Yeah,
see his glinty, shiny metal.
Yep. So, as you, with the bird's eye view and Moru, as you are searching, so you went. Did you go the opposite way, Moru, or like
Yeah.
you're still on the ground?
So I looked up and watched them take off as they kind of went. Like if they went south, I went north,
Okay. All right.
trying to cover more ground that way.
So as you guys are searching, there's definitely a time where you're looking out above this now huge frozen lake as you begin to search. And there definitely is a good 5-10 minutes that goes by. This is a big lake. The bird's eye view definitely helps view more in Ryland with your high perception. Moru, you're searching. And the area that you're searching, Moru, you've searched over and over. And down in the south, you see no sign of Moru, and you're sure, or not Moru, you see no sign of Judas, and you're sure of it. The south area definitely is getting closer to Valaki. There definitely could see the tree line, definitely nearby, all kind of torn up, trees uprooted. Part of it's scorched. The fires there have been tended to already, though. But you know where you are. Judas is not to be there.
I would
So you
say
maybe
that.
you start heading back, yeah,
Mhm.
over the
And
ring.
when I head back, I would go whatever way they went. So I tell them I'm going west, going back like in a western like half circle or quarter circle, coming back.
Yes. And as you two are searching up in the air, as you've almost gone all over the lake towards the north, and on your way back, or kind of at the edge, as you guys turn around, kind of moving to go back or double check, there is definitely a glint that catches your eye, Ryland. And you don't see Judas, but you do see a glaive that is embedded into ice. And you know this glaive to be that of Boggy's.
Mm-mm.
And it's down in the ice on the ground, embedded. What do you guys do?
I mean, I would fly us down to it.
As you fly down, you get close, and Afton, with your perception, as you get down in your kind of passive arcana, you know that there is some sort of magical aura coming off the glaive. You feel that there was, and uh, it's kind of pinpointed um, on the area that's embedded into the ice. And as you guys kind of move about, maybe clearing off kind of the snow, the ice, you can see embedded within the ice, just his fingers kind of touching the glaive, is Judas.
Mm.
And I imagine easily the sun sword probably even flares up without you asking it to and begins to melt away the ice and help you free Judas from the ice. Seemingly, the sunblade's warmth and light dissipates the magical aura of the glaive, and you're able to get Judas out.
Oh.
And he's definitely frozen. You feel he's cold, frozen. I mean, he's a contract boy, so lots of times in Barovia he's cold. He's probably never been felt as cold. Still kind of very icy. And there's a good 10 minutes as you guys are heading back where it doesn't move, but then you see a little spark in his eyes. One of them a light.
Yeah, Rylan will be hugging him close to his chest, trying to, get him into his jacket, warm him up as quickly as he can.
And at this moment, Strahd is done celebrating with Irina and his giving some more orders to some of the other troops that have come by, giving reports and whatnot. Ryland, it is good you found him. Sasha this would be joyful news to her. And as he says Sasha again, it is just wind in your ears, that name, Ryland.
Hmm. He'll just nod and continue to tend to Judas.
And he'll turn to all of you. All that I have done to you, this crucible that I put you all through, the challenge I gave to you, Ryland. This is why I did it.
Insight. I feel like that's a little paced
I
one.
was-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Oh,
a good.
Look, I'm so bad at insight. Someone else do it, please.
With Strahd, Afton, you know Strahd.
Do
Oh,
I?
wow. Rylan's distracted.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if you know him, but your interactions with him, he's very hard to read. Maury, you kind of glean the most that you can. Whether you get the sense that perhaps there's maybe some justification, like he's justifying his actions in this, but
Mm-hmm.
seems sincere, like he truly believes what he put you all through. Seems
Was
true.
was
Very
just
hard to
some
read.
sort of trial. Ugh.
Apologies go a long way as compared to justifications.
Yeah, he definitely would have said that over the thing.
Which
Strahd
is
will-
ancient one in Sylvan, by the way.
yes. I'm learning. The apology will be what is after. Do you all still wish to duel? Get your justice or whatever it is?
I do.
Very well. If there is anything you require, anything you think that could aid the people of Barovias that I am overlooking, let me know. But we will meet tomorrow and go over, finalize the rest of the duel. We must hurry. I will not delay.
Okay. Tell me where Funricht and Periwinkle and the Were Ravens are.
I think you guys would have known. You could have had them stay in. He let them go, so
Mhm.
and he has not collected them. So I can't remember if you guys decided for them to defend Valaki or Kresk or some of the Fanes. So that's kind of up to you guys
I
where
feel
they
like
are.
maybe they all just stayed in Velaki for the ease of things.
Gotcha. That could be
Yeah,
involved.
probably stayed with Victor.
Yeah.
I think the Rare Ravens definitely helped with Kresk and went to the Huntress Fane. Most of them.
Fair enough.
But Van, Richten, and Periwinkle, and who else did you say? Was it just those two?
Just those two and the Were Ravens.
Okay, yeah. The Red Ravens probably split their forces because they wanted to go. Kresk is kind of more their area, but they would have helped. There would have been some that stayed in Valaki as well. That they can easily connect with you guys through the Fanes. Strahd kind of goes over to, kind of starts making his way back to Irina, but he'll turn to you all, and you can definitely see he's pauses for a second as he looks at you.
Do I see Rahadin anywhere around?
Rahadin actually, he's kind of at the edge of the river. You would see him or the lake.
Is he
He's
near
kind
anybody?
of not really. He has been dealing with some of the troops that seem to be coming in and asking questions and giving orders. But he's right currently. He's probably not around anyone.
Moore would make his way over there.
Gotcha. And as you go, Strahd, looking at all of you, and thank you. I could not have done it. Thank you for daring with me.
This doesn't erase what you've done.
No, it doesn't. And that I agree with.
That's a good first step.
But there's more to do. And the first, the greater shackle on this prison is broken. Whatever this thing is, Crucible will hopefully fully be over and destroyed.
If I'm standing a little ways away from, I know I'm next to Ryland, but at least from the rest of the group. Actually, she might even take a step away from Ryland, even though he'll probably hear what she's going to say anyway. And she's going to cast a message on Strahd, and she's just going to say, I hope when the duel comes, you will yield. I would like to see you as my knight, you know. I think there is great potential for you. Perhaps a red sun on a new dawn.
He'll say if they earn the victory over me, I see the moment to yield. Perhaps I will. Will you make the new world with me?
I'll make a new world. Perhaps not the one of your making. But I do like to make things better than I left them.
I will ponder on this then. But they know not what they are getting into.
Perhaps not. But I have trust. In Kalima Abaranena, which is Sylvan for my bright dawn. And she'll look at Ryland.
And he would say in Sylvan, but I don't have the word.
Sorry.
And I, your dark knight.
And just from across the way, she'll just kind of give a bow before turning back to the group.
And he'll take Irina, and he leaves.
He doesn't
Rahadin's-
ask for the book.
He doesn't.
Okay.
Quick lore question before he leaves. Going all the way back to the Sun Orb, there's multiple in Barovia that were being used by cities, right?
Just
It wasn't just the one
it was
that we
mainly
have?
Velaki. The orbs. There was a partial sun dome up there. It is no longer active.
But there still are orbs
The
in.
the only orbs that remain are the 3 that you guys have.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Because if not, I was gonna go Strahd and go, hey, should probably get these weapons out of here, but never mind.
Yeah, there are still like these kind of these tall pylons that are left in Velaki that still surround it. But the actual sun dome or partial dome, it kind of covered half the city. Obviously, it's sunlight, so more of it was kind of being covered, but that is gone. Other than the pylons. Yeah, the orbs that were in there were removed, and those were the.
Thank you.
But Moru, as you approach Rahadin, Moru,
Rahadin. I questions I have for you. And he will kind of just pull out his hand and he will say, were you in a vision recently that I had? Are you aware of this?
yes, I was. I called you forth in your reverie, or whatever it is for you.
I won't ask how you did that because I don't care. What I do care about
That
is
funny.
why.
That's funny. I like that. And I will say, you do hear this as you're close enough, I imagine, to hear. Well, how close are you to him?
To him? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm walking up to him. I'm probably
Okay,
within 5-10 feet of him.
yeah. As you get within 10 feet, you just hear this chorus of the damned that shouts and screams in your head, calling for mercy, calling for their mothers, coming off from Rahadin.
Coming from him?
Yeah, essentially, and it's a kind of a coming from your mind, so it's not audible, but it's in your
Right, of
mind,
course.
almost as if you were hearing it. Yeah.
Is it? I guess that would kind of stop me from like I would hesitate for a second and I would look down at the claw. Is the claw doing anything different?
It does not appear to be doing anything different.
Interesting. I would stop, like full stop, like about 10 feet, and I would say, with voices, are those coming from you, or from this thing on my hands, from the Galaron?
Well, perhaps you could start having voices of your own, but these is my sweet choir that I listen to. They make wonderful music for me. I told you would join one of their voices, since you seem so destined to want to fight me.
I was hoping that I could avoid a fight with you and just have a conversation instead. But
Well, if
if
you want to
answers,
talk, then I will talk again.
hmm, I was unsure before. But now that Vampire has been taken care of, and it seems Strahd is going to do what he intends to do, kind of frees up a bit. So you and your sister, you joined Strahd many years ago. Why?
Strahd is my brother.
Moru like takes a second and goes, "What? Brother by blood?"
You have been Shatakai for far too long. You, I imagine you hardly even cared for the passing of your sister. He is not my brother by blood. Well, not in the sense that you would think of.
Indeed. So, not family. Someone you follow. Someone so influential to you that would make you turn against your family's sworn pact, that you would betray your blood brother and your family, your queen. For what?
My sister and I saw a path that our people will go down, following, well, you know her as the Raven Queen. She had hopes to bring our people back, but we learned that it would just keep us further away, split us even more. It did so. We helped with it to bring about in hopes that our kind would be rejoined again, one people.
So, Scott, clarify for me one thing. In Shatterkai lore, the Shatterkai were originally one people and they shattered because the Raven Queen's ritual went wrong. Is that same in
So
this?
the Shatterkai are elves. The
Right.
elves at that point were already separated. The Shatterkai are essentially a people, but they were a one people before that, with the primal elves essentially. And then the primal elves kind of split up, and the Shatterkai were one of those that split off.
Okay, so they were already basically split off
Yeah.
before the Raven
So
Queen.
you could still say
had
they
her.
were the
Okay.
Shatterkai were kind of one people of elves, but they were still they had been split before, and then the Shatterkai, the whole thing that happened broke them further.
Got it. Even though it was the Raven Queen's original intention to pull them back
Right,
into. Got it. Okay, I just want to make sure that that was so.
right.
If you just want a clarification for me, um, so then Moru would say the ritual was supposed to bring us closer, not sever it. But what the Nagpaw did was destroy that connection. They took that from her.
She didn't know what she was doing. We saw, we read it.
In the Codex, the first time when Cass found you,
Yes, my sister saw. She would have taken our souls, and well, perhaps we would be. Well, I still, I guess, sometimes count myself among your people. We are still different, free from the brokenness. But we would have been different. Perhaps a power in our own right, but was not going to bring our people together.
So working with the Nagpa, working with that group, that was worth it to you? Breaking us further was worth it to you and your sister.
Yes. But now there is a time where there can be more restoration. There
How?
had to be further destruction before you could rebuild. You needed to level out. There still needs to be some leveling, but the Shatterkai have been broken long and good, but we do not wish for them to be fully destroyed. But we see other avenues, or I do. Perhaps she would see more, but she still lays still.
You
Sleeping.
you referring to Patrina, your sister?
Yes.
I just need to know, do you know her real name? And how can I remove this from my arm so if I die and join the cycle again, I don't ruin her? I feel like you would know that, since you betrayed the first time, Gwarth.
I know one that could help you. I could help in some ways. Teach you things that the cast would not teach you. That would help. But it is Patrina that will be the greatest aid to you. And you're the only one that could wake her.
I had a feeling you'd say that. So, where
Whether
is
I know
she?
the name or not, I will not tell you that. She lies in the crypts of Castle Ravenloft.
Well, then I have my goal. I'm assuming you don't have an issue with me waking her. You'd
Oh,
probably be happy to have your sister back.
not at all.
Okay.
Sorry, I consumed your sister's soul.
Moru, I don't think really knows, and as far as he probably knows, he doesn't care because he figures that her soul's back with the Raven Queen. But yeah, we'll see. That might be something that these two deal with later down the road.
Yeah, that's a future problem for Maru.
Yeah, that's a future Moru issue. Moru would simply say, "All right, then I know where I need to go." That was surprisingly easy. You were willing to work with me. That's
Yes, well,
I
that is
thought this would
why
be
I
harder.
called upon you in your reverie. I do not wish for the Raven Queen to be destroyed. What
Can
we
I
wrought,
insight check that? Because the
yeah, you
whole
can. What we wrought, we did. And we will do it again, but the further straight, we will bring it out if we must, if you oppose what the Strahd is doing. Yeah, with a 16, there's not much you glean from him.
figured. Um, hard to read, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Moore would simply say, as kind of a wrapping things up, he would say, "The Nagpa. Do you have contact with them still? Since it seems that you worked with them during the ritual the first time."
They were not a Nagpa when we worked with them.
You know what I mean, Rahadin.
I was not the one that conversed with him.
Hmm.
Petrina knows some more.
Okay. What do you know of them as they are now? If you know nothing, then you know nothing.
They are. Most of them are twisted and hideous creatures.
Hmm. Much like me,
Yes, much like you.
of course. There's one though I'm specifically interested in, but you don't know enough, obviously. So then,
Yes, my
what do you intend
focus.
to do while
My
your brother
focus
duels?
has been on other things. Perhaps he will name me as his second. I will make sure that your lot does not cheat.
If he does name you second, I'll be there. I'll take you on myself
If you
to
want
ensure
to,
that you don't cheat.
if you want to have a duel, we can.
Again, I leave that to Lou and Ryland. And he would, at that point, just turn and kind of walk away and say over his shoulder, I'll find Petrina. I'll wake her and get the information I need.
Arrivederci.
He just shakes his head.
He's Italian all of a sudden.
Indeed.
Oh, he's always been.
I didn't
I
notice.
just messed it. I just don't have a good Italian.
I'm gonna go check in on Victor.
All right.
Yeah.
So are most of you going to go to Valaki, or some of you everyone going to Valaki?
How's Boggy? I didn't.
Boggy's
Boggy
dead.
is gone.
Oh no!
Yeah.
All that's left of all that's left of Boggy is the glaive.
Oh jeez.
I imagine you guys would have searched for Boggy, and you do not find her.
Ooh.
She got
Shoot
frozen and
us.
then shattered when she hit the ground.
Aw.
You're just gonna have
Feels bad.
PTSD.
Seriously.
Yeah, you get
I
the
don't know.
sense.
Rylan sounds pretty happy right now.
Yeah, Afton, with your
Oh
kind of
no!
oh no,
What
with
a
your
shame.
with your passive arcana, Rylan or Afton, you get the sense that whatever magical effect of the glaive likely saved Judas's life.
Aww.
She sacrificed herself for him.
She sacrificed herself for him.
Okay, I feel bad.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
Oh my god.
That's game inspiration.
Yes,
Construct.
do it.
There you go. DM's inspiration.
Yay.
Beautiful.
Huzzah.
Scott, did you leveled up Lucina? I
Yeah,
believe I see on her page.
there should be
Okay,
a couple
cool.
new things. She mainly just got a ASI,
Yes.
so she, her necrotic damage is I can't remember what I put it. It's like the elemental adapt, but for necrotic stuff.
Yeah, one's become two, and
Mm-hmm.
they're not resistant anymore.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep, and you all head to Valaki, and as you approach, um, the people seem to be kind of moving about, kind of checking in on their houses, businesses, and whatnot. As some time has passed, but you all would meet up with Victor, and he'll once he sees you, Afton, he'll actually come running. But you do notice that
Yeah.
there is this, as you guys approach, there is this kind of enormous, it's broken now, but there is this enormous line of salt, as you can see, like the pylon standing up, and there's this kind of enormous kind of dug out real quick, kind of little trench, and there's just piles of salt that go around in a circle. Part of it is broken, and Victor will kind of run up to you guys as you come.
Yeah, and she'll. Afton is just gonna grab him up in a hug.
Yep, he'll run and give him. I got, you're, you all made it. Ah,
Look at
I think,
you being a fierce leader. I knew it
yes, I
was in
think
you.
we've only had about, there was only, I think, Velaki maybe got the brunt of the attack, but only from the reports we have now, only 15 perished in the attacks. There are definitely many wounded, but um, we made a circle. It took us a bit of time. Some got in, but we used the pylons and formed a magic circle to uh, keep further attacks away from us. Um,
Afton's gonna kneel down and put her hands on his shoulder and just say, Victor, you did well.
Thank you. Yes, and he kind of like looks around. You, everyone, everyone made it.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
Well,
Rip.
everyone, but Boggy.
Yep. And as you say, Boggy,
Can I
he very
insight
much
check him because he's not doing the bog walk stuff?
Well, I was about to say, as you insight check him, as soon as Afton says Boggy, he goes Bog Bog.
Okay, no roll needed.
Yeah. And you do notice him, Afton. He's kind of wearing he's. It seems like he's wearing some different clothing. Maybe he picked up some different clothing because he was just kind of makeshift stuff that you had given him. It seems like he has some sort of robe on, but he's like kind of holding his arm kind of in the sleeve of his robe. It seems like maybe you can tell he's like he's tending to a wound or something like that. But he's not showing you his. He's kind of keeping his arm, but he's definitely kind of nursing one of his arms.
If he lets her, she'll take it.
He will. You see that it is green and boggy like,
Mm-mm.
kind of very kind of this kind of it's kind of a little sticky, kind of a little bit scaly.
Do I know? Wait.
And he just looks at you and he's like bog bog.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So there's this bog, as he points to it.
What do they do to you?
I think I contracted some sort of bog when all the boggies bog sat on me.
It's gonna look at Selena and be like, you got any healing left in you?
She'll nod. I do have remove curse, but I
I
guess
think it's more of a sickness than a curse, it sounds like.
right.
So
And I don't
restoration.
think
It might be like
It might just be lesser restoration if it's a sickness.
it might be like lycanthropy in Skyrim, where it starts off as a disease, but once it takes effect, it becomes a curse. So I don't know. It could be something like that.
maybe you could do Arcana, and
Well,
maybe I can do a medicine
Ooh.
check.
Yeah, I'll do an Arcana check.
Allows us.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Do I know if this is a curse or a sickness?
What'd you get?
20.
20.
Oh, we
You
all
guys
rolled
all
really well.
rolled crazy
20,
high.
23, 26.
Jeebus.
All right.
Yes, my child.
Oh,
Get
I
like
wonder if it'll
Stop.
remove the.
All right. So, let's see. You get the sense that there are definitely elements. It is both. There are elements of disease to this and a curse.
All right.
I was
you
right.
kind of collectively, you get this. You all get the sense of this.
Okay.
Is it a greater restoration type job?
That likely could do the job. Sometimes things like this could be deeper, but it could be.
I think it's the least we can do for him.
Yeah.
Selena, you up for it?
Selena nods.
Alrighty. Give it a go.
Selena's just gonna sketch out really quick who's tackling the biggest problem or biggest issue, or who's attempting to remove the biggest issue.
What do you mean?
Like,
the
yeah, the remove curse, greater restoration, like
Oh.
who's doing what and which parts are we
I
targeting. So
don't
who's
have
going for like the
any-
most difficult one?
I don't have any like heals or anything, so I can't help
Okay.
you.
I
unfortunately.
would need a long rest to switch out to get
Alright,
something like
so
that.
we're starting with me then.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through. All right.
Hmm.
I will take my mace and just close my eyes, and I have enhance ability stored in there, so a little spark of divine light comes out and just kind of washes over her. And I guess I'll just start with remove curse.
Cast guidance.
All right.
I do.
And is this? Did you say this is from the?
I'm
is this
casting
from the
enhance
mace?
ability from the mace,
Okay.
On
and then
yourself.
I'm casting remove curse.
Okay.
So I'll mark that appropriately, and then I'll put remove curse up for you.
All right. As you cast remove curse, you notice that the skin seems to shift back to normal. There's still kind of this green hue, um, where it seems like not all the disease or the curse is gone, um, but there seems to be some sort of effect and some removal of whatever is afflicting him.
All right.
And as you kind of, I would imagine you kind of examine him kind of medically. You do notice that there are some other areas as you would have had him kind of open his mouth and check in. You can definitely tell like the back of his throat. There is kind of this. There are definitely like the skin and the flesh definitely has this kind of green tint. As you maybe examine it again, it is lesser, but there are still um, uh, elements. Maybe perhaps it's going away and it'll take time. But perhaps there needs to be more castings of this curse. Or yeah,
Well,
So I don't need to drop a greater restoration on him.
perhaps not.
wizards are able to remove curses themselves. Just work on that spell, Victor, and keep it up yourself. Like this is your doctor's diagnosis.
Will Bogdu, he says.
I put my hand on his shoulder, and I just say, I've been wrong quite a bit, and I'm glad I was wrong about you.
Well, there's maybe once you all have more time, there's something I still need to do. I need to find Stella and help her. I've did horrible things. I turned her into something. And I need to make amends and help her. But I don't know where she is. I think that's why partially I've been cursed.
Well, I know perhaps tomorrow, if all goes well, maybe we can. Well, actually, what level is spell is scrying? Do you have access to that?
5th level.
5th.
Yeah, you could prepare that for tomorrow, right? If
Yeah.
all right, because
If we have the component.
and you've seen Stella before, so maybe we could scry.
Or send a message.
Or
Although
something.
she'd respond with meows.
Yeah.
Wasn't she with Mary last we checked or something? Or no, she wasn't. No, Mary split with us when that shadow demon appeared.
The last time y'all saw her was actually in Valaki. She was more she physically looked like a cat as well too.
Yeesh.
Selena will scribble out a note because I assume this is
That was a
somewhat
long time
like a
ago.
conversation that's going on, and she'll say, "If you cast sending and let her know I'm scrying, she might not resist the spell."
Would she be strong enough to resist it anyway?
Splinter just shrugs, not really knowing.
Well,
But Selena just reaches down into her backpack and just pulls out a diamond, just kind of holds it up with her mace at the ready, like she's gonna smash it. Just looking at Victor, like asking if you guys want her to or not.
You want to scry right now?
She shakes her head and then points the diamond at Victor.
You're going to greater restoration him? I'm confused.
Yeah, she nods.
Okay.
I mean, if we have the spells, we are we doing anything else today?
Just
Selena
regrouping.
nods.
Oh, we are. Yes. We got a sword to fix. Victor, you can hold off till tomorrow, right?
yeah, I mean, uh, wasn't there some sort of talks of a duel or something? I mean,
Yeah, you'll get front row seats.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't have to. You've helped me, and I know what I need to do now. I'm always a proponent of saving your spells if you can. Never know when you might truly need them.
Yeah. Hey, did you see Rictavio or Periwinkle?
Oh, yeah. I think there's I think there's a makeshift clinic in St. Andrew's. I think you can find them there.
Are they all right?
Yeah, I think it wounded Periwimple, um, and Van Richten did a lot of the fighting, but I think they're all right. They're still alive.
Okay, thanks. Guys, I'm gonna head over there. Anyone want to come?
Selena passes you a note really quick. I sent that in a message to you.
Okay.
So is everyone heading to the St. Andrew's?
Tree started us there, right?
I mean, you could, yeah. Well,
There are trees in the city.
I don't think there's.
Even
I'd
if
have
it's
to
just
double
outside
check.
the city, it cut down travel time big time, I think.
Let me see.
But just throwing it out there.
Let me double check. I'm about to move. There's a couple trees. Yeah, there's some trees in the. I'll move you all to the map of in Valaki.
Lou's
There are
gonna
some trees, but
Lou's gonna point to the note Selena gave him and just point at the first name and say, "Big Blue."
She kind of smiles, realizing, and nods. Like, whoops.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Nods, thank you.
all right. And you either tree stride or walk your way, maybe helping. If you do walk, probably maybe helping some people on their way, as some are moving a few more people, as there definitely seems to be some more injuries heading towards St. Andrew's. But you guys arrive, and you can definitely see that's kind of Once again, you see the slouching, centuries-old stone church that has a bulging steeple in the back and walls lined with cracked stained glass windows depicting a pious saint. Um, Seems most of the glass, there's still kind of the form of the saint, but most of the stained glass is broken. They do seems to have some sort of boards um, protecting it, or kind of shoring it up since the last time you guys were here. And there is a fence wrought of iron that encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church. And kind of people are moving into helping people in to St. Andrew's. And you can see Van Richten is kind of up front, somewhat kind of directing people, and Periwinkle seems to be carrying some of the heavily wounded kind of to the back and on stretchers and whatnot.
I approach.
Uh, yes.
Hi. How are you?
Well, a lot better than being in captivity in Castle
Yeah.
Ravenloft.
Yeah, we kind of swung that for you. Are you two doing okay?
Uh, yeah, we're doing okay. It is we're alive and helping people, so that is a good day for me.
Uh, were you filled in on exactly what happened today?
Something to do with that vampire, right? Trying to seal him up. I don't know what game Strahd is playing with you all, but I would not trust him. He's a vampire. He needs to be slain.
We're dueling tomorrow.
Good.
Well,
You
maybe.
need any help? Although I heard some sort of talk of a duel.
um, Look, all the help we can get is great. I'm honestly just here to check on you two. I know we've had like a bit of a whole rough relationship since things with Afton and other stuff. I just wanted to make sure you guys were okay.
Yes, we are. I think Periwinkle, he's not the sharpest of mind, but I think they were starting to do things to him. I will help him as best I can for as long as I can, but there's
What
only so
types of
long
things?
I should. Well, he can't really talk much, but I don't know. Perhaps corrupting him, turning him into something. There was some sort of priests there, but whatever they were doing, it was slow. I'm not sure.
You think it's ongoing now, or is him being released
I think
stopping it?
I think whatever they were doing, they didn't get all the way, but I'll keep an eye on him.
Too.
He still
Anyway,
seems
thanks
a
for your help.
kind. He still seems a kind sort, though.
He was very kind. Be hard for him to scrub that out of him.
You definitely hear some yarps in the background. You see he's like nodding at some people helping him out.
Okay. Well, thanks for your help in the battle, and help tomorrow would be maybe tomorrow would be appreciated.
Yes, anything I can do to help you kill Strahd, let me know.
Will do. And then I turn back to everybody and be like, so, what's next on the agenda? cleanse the sword.
Oh yeah.
Um, there's also something I'd like to do at the Fanes at some point.
Well, is it an urgent thing?
No, but just before you two go in for your
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Selena wanted to bury Big Blue's body. So and he'll read the note again because he has bad memory. She wants Strahd to be there.
She then gestures to everybody in here as well.
I assume you guys are not saying this in front of Vanner.
Oh no, I returned. I
Okay,
assumed I went ahead and then returned.
gotcha.
yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about inviting him in, but
Well, if it's like just once for a specific moment and then he leaves and then he's considered forbidden again, does it really matter?
Scott,
do we really have control like that?
you
I don't
know
know.
what I want to do there. Would I be able to pull shenanigans with that to like, in case something does happen? Because the spell specifies like who I let in and who I don't let in, type of thing.
I think. Well, I'd have to. I would. I mean, once they're in, that's the. Once you let them in, I think there might be a problem there though.
Yeah.
If he were to do something,
Exactly.
but he might not do something.
Okay, yeah.
It would be a big risk we were taking. But just look at Selena.
Is it very important that he's there?
Selena nods. And she's just going to write on a piece of paper saying that it's Ilmair's shrine. It's, how would she put it? Selena will, she'll write her name, lightly cross it out, and then write Ilmair will be in control.
If I cast the grove within the shrine and allow him into the grove, does that count? Because like I can vamp people into it and be in its own kind of separate area. Because I still have my spell slot.
I guess out of game, I'm doing this tomorrow. So,
Trying to think.
Oh, I thought you were doing this today.
no.
Okay. Well, if you're doing this tomorrow after the duel, then it's not going to be a fucking problem, is it?
I wanted to
He
duel.
wants to do it before the duel.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because Strahd may or may not be dead, along with me or Ryland, perhaps. Who knows?
Yeah,
Basically,
Selena
it's-
wants everybody there. Emphasis on everybody that we've basically traveled with at some point.
Can we not do it tonight?
Selena just shakes her head.
Shakes her head no or yes.
No. Out of game, I barely have enough spell slots to start what I want to do tonight. And what she put in the note, she's going to basically go through the majority, if not all, her spells tomorrow for what she wants to do.
Could you just like tell us what you want to do?
I'm going to basically consecrate the area, and then I'm going to involve Strahd in a certain process.
That was
with
in
him.
character.
In character?
Yeah, in character. They need to know more to get behind it. This is more like Selena having to, because to me, like Selena needs to convince people about this. So that's the challenge, right?
Okay.
So they want to know. They don't know what you're doing, so
she's gonna scribble down, making reference to what you said about Big Blue's body possibly being in stasis, and she wants to see that through, properly put him to rest, and then she wants Strahd there to see what we've all gone through as a family, including the ones that didn't fight alongside this particular group. And then she's going to also scribble down about Afton's vision of Kenneth and his soul possibly being a part of Strahd. And she wants to see if she can set Kenneth's soul free.
Okay, so you go away and write for like half an hour. And and then we read for a bit. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, sure. I can see if we can delay the duel another day.
She'll write down, I've already invited Strahd, and he wants to be there.
Of course he does. I don't know. I'm just not so trusting yet.
She'll write down, Ilmair reached through the impossible prison to establish a shrine here for everybody in Barovia. And that also includes Strahd.
You have to understand that the Fanes are my sisters. And that
Ours.
yes, our sisters. And by letting him in, I am putting them in danger too. It's not just us. It's not just the land. They are my kin. I threw away a lot to set them free. And I'd hate to see that go to waste.
Selena's gonna write, I finally trust Ilmair. I finally trust all of you. It will be Strahd by himself, free from Vampir's sway and hold. If there was ever a chance for us to truly help him find redemption and freedom from chains, it's in that shrine.
I leave the decision making to you, Afton. I don't know.
I think maybe we should talk about it with Arcane. They would probably have better insight.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Will we head back to the Fanes now?
Yep.
At least
Y'all can.
let them know.
Yeah, I'd actually like to call the whole coven together if I can.
Yep, you can. Well, are you going to meet at the Force
Yeah.
Fane?
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
pretty sure the whole Fanes already know too, so that just makes it easier.
I wonder why you could be wanting to talk to all the Fanes.
Because we leveled up, I hope you'll let me do this, Scott. But Afton is going to call the coven together, and she's going to call Rylan to her and say, "Listen, I'm new at this whole thing, so forgive me." She's gonna give him a kiss on the lips.
Wait, she... not new at that.
Well, no, but she's
Yeah.
gonna take a step back and ask everybody in the coven to encircle him, and because he's a paladin, I want to have the coven help bestow his new powers upon him.
Oh, don't. Oh yeah, don't paladins make oaths, Ryland? You gonna? Oh, you've already done it.
I
Kind of
pretty much already
technically.
have.
Okay.
So you kind of repeat your oaths.
Exactly.
And since he's a spellcaster, is he allowed to join us?
One of us.
One of us. It's up to you.
Yeah, go ahead and with the coven, the new three, go ahead and you feel as there is some sort of power to this. Definitely still not the same connection of the coven, but the three give their permission, and they kind of place the burden upon you three. Definitely heavy more upon you, Afton, to give forth some more power. So you've kind of shown what you've done. Go ahead and make a charisma ability check, and then Lucina and Lou can join in as well.
Oh,
They're-
God. It's really bad.
So, we have to make checks as well.
And kind of
Yeah.
describe something that you're adding,
Oh.
perhaps.
Actually,
Oh God, what are these rolls?
Oh, is that
Wow.
for Lucina?
Oh dear.
it's okay. I'll just sacrifice
three
all of my
seconds.
remaining sorcery points. I have like a billion, surprisingly. I had like 9. So, I'm just gonna like the crackling of the energy of these, like my just innate magic just starts sparking in between all of the people in the circle, just like this electric energy surrounding Ryland. Maybe even some flower blossoms in there.
Yeah.
And she's just gonna start chanting in Sylvan as she tries to bring him into the fold. I can't believe we all rolled so badly.
Yeah. So you see that the sisters kind of move and try to aid you in this as they see you a bit struggling again. And you each can make one more roll again as they kind of join in, adding their elements.
You are a generous God.
You are a generous god.
Ugh.
And Selena petition the mayor to like actually pay attention to what's going on here.
Yep.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Rip.
Why?
Well, we're gonna take the
It was
better.
meant to
Y'all
be.
essentially had advantage, so we're gonna take the better of the roll.
It
So
was
it was
14,
14.
11, 14, and 9.
okay. So
I wasted all my good rolls in the battle with Vampire.
Here, how about this? How about this? Hold on. When they started this, I typed in chat Selena's ritually casting commune. That's 11 minutes. How long does this ritual take? And if the ritual is still going, can the first question Selena asked if Ilmair can step in and help this out? It's still technically a question, but just trying to turn his gaze to, because Selena knows deep down, like how she was trained as a cleric, and is her first reaction to the shrine, the Weaver Shrine, being taken over by him, and then the coven coming out of it. You're not supposed to make deals. You're not supposed to sell your soul, take other people's souls, type of thing. You're not supposed to intertwine any of that. Yet he seems to be condoning it in a way. And so she's just asking him if he'll again turn his eye to what's going on. If Selena sees, because I assume she's seen everybody kind of struggle trying to bring Rylan into this.
Let me see. I need the commune spell.
I get to ask 3 questions.
Yeah.
I only need 1 question, so if it takes 2 questions to pour enough energy into that, I'm happy with it.
The answer is essentially, he already has.
All right.
Aww, cute.
Okay, I'm good with that.
And as you give forth this joining of the night collectively and joining him closer to you all, about Ryland's shoulders, there's kind of this, actually kind of more in front of him at first, as you all kind of speak off, giving forth of your magical energies, and you see this tiny seed form. Then it kind of slowly moves to Ryland, and kind of about the shoulders, it kind of lands, kind of forming this emblem of sorts, small as it begins to sprout and bud and form the symbol of y'all's coven. Kind of these tiny little marks, these little flowers that shoot out, that symbolize each of you. Small, but there, perhaps will grow larger, and you do have a bit of access to their spell casting now. Not fully, but you do now have access to, let me see y'all's coven spells.
Bro, even if you get level 1 spells, that'd be epic.
There's just more smites.
Yeah, I know.
That's all that I need.
So with that, how many? Tell me. As you should have some spell slots now currently, right?
2.
2. All right. With this connection, you have 2 more first level and 1 second level
Oh my.
that you can use of theirs. So you would use them technically from their thing, but you can just add 2 to your sheet in these. But when you're using,
Let us know.
yeah, you need to let them know because it will take from
The
theirs.
coven.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then 1 first level, and it is a growth. Perhaps in time, Ryland will have more access to it, but he will still need to be in y'all's presence to use them.
Mhm.
So, but yeah,
And he has 20 charisma, doesn't he? So he doesn't dilute our coven. His
he doesn't
spellcasting is
necessarily.
the
Yeah,
strongest thing.
We're all
not-
charisma based, huh?
Yeah. Just a bunch of
Yeah.
charismatic fucks.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, Ashton will just run up and like do that thing where she jumps around his, like puts her arms around his shoulders and spins around.
Yeah, he'll pick her up from the ground and spin her around. Just like when he finished making his oath that first time.
We're almost
When
done. It's almost
I was-
done. It's almost done.
Yep. And as you look at the pin, I mean, you kind of see the symbols for winter, autumn, spring, summer, all the seasons. And there's kind of this glittering as the flowers kind of every so often the petals will change, and there's kind of the blood symbols for Lucina, symbol of what would your symbol look like, Lou?
Something
Sorry,
pure.
I blanked on that. I was reading something. What? What were you saying? Sorry.
Of the Ryland's actual symbol. One of the petals kind of represents you, Lou.
Oh, probably just a feather-shaped petal, honestly.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what it would look like. Kind of. There's and kind of at the edges, there's kind of this radiant flame. Just very delicate art. The weavers. There's also kind of symbology of you see the kind of the rated cord webbing throughout as well. And Afton, is there anything particular you would like on your symbolatry?
I think for Rylands in particular, it is a snowflake
Oh,
from A Winter's Night.
Nice. And I
love
think
it.
within that leaf, as it's 6 petals, you could tell like there 3 of the petals seem kind of unique as they represent you. They kind of change positions and whatnot. But I think we see the snowflake as there's movement, as you kind of see y'all's silhouettes together, just kind of twisting as it seems like the snowflake is falling. With that, what else would you all like to do?
When
Maybe
when you
perhaps.
two
Yep, go ahead.
when you two stop embracing each other, I'll just like put my fist out and just say, "We're actually bros now."
Oh. He'll go for the fist bump, but he'll also wrap an arm around Lou. Give him a big hug.
It's like fist bump that turns into that clasp and pull in
Yep,
for the hug.
That's right.
Nice.
Judas has been watching this. He has been active and moving about. Definitely seems a little bit sadder, just a little bit mopey. The kids have tried to make him cheer him up, but they're still mopey. But as he's kind of witnessed this, he kind of signs at you. He says, "I've uncle now," in sign.
Oh. Rylan will confirm. Yes.
A lot of family now.
Yeah. You see that cheers him up. He begins juggling.
We're all family now.
Well, at this rate, we may as well induct everybody. Like,
Selena runs.
get
You
back
don't-
here.
You don't want a
Heathens.
Moru in your party, in your
He's gonna go
family.
down to the river and start baptizing people.
We drown them. We do the whole Ironborn ritual. We drown them and bring them back.
You drown them in flowers. And... Beautiful.
It's the most awkward drowning ever.
Yeah.
And then we
Well, with
bring
that-
out the beats.
What would you all like to do now?
My third question for Commune, or second, however you want to do it.
Yes.
Selena's going to go to her journal, where she tore that page out for Afton and gave it to her maybe a week and a half ago in game, but it feels like over a year ago. About having to Ilmair basically saying trust her and what she's doing. And the next page she's going to write down, Ilmair, you know what I would like to do tomorrow. You know my heart. Would it be safe to bring Strahd into your sanctuary so he can see what you have to offer?
Just reading the spell real quick again.
Yes, no, or unclear.
Or it could be a short phrase, perhaps too.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
I know before you've kind of
Done
been
more.
liberal with
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
anything, yeah.
You definitely feel a pause. And then you kind of get this sense of him answering, "Follow your heart."
All right. Does that appear on the book like the other ones did?
Yeah.
All right. When everyone kind of calms down a little bit from the ritual and settles in, I think Selena will go over and she'll show that page of the book to Afton.
Afton will still be hesitant, but she will look to, especially the Weaver, since it's going to be her fane where it takes place, and just, it's like, not even probably verbally, it's just basically like, are you comfortable with it?
I don't know about comfort, but I am tied to what Ilmater did, and Selena follows him best as anyone I know, although she's the only one I know that follows him. And I think it's worth a shot. Perhaps just need to be watchful and make sure that perhaps give him a time for when he must leave, or if Selena thinks it and you do too, all right then, whether comfort or not, perhaps laying Big Blue to rest and seeing what Ilmater did here will help Strahd.
And perhaps we'll take a chance. If he does anything, we'll kill him. And that's the end of that.
Yeah, I would just maybe make sure it's just him then.
Selena looks a little dejected when you say kill him, but it's not like an upset type of thing, just more like disappointment if that is to happen. And then she'll just nod to the Weaver, and while she's writing the note, she'll share what she's envisioning doing with the Weaver, her connection with the Weaver, and she'll write, "You can wait till tomorrow when you've seen what I've done to the place before you decide. Doesn't have to be tonight."
And you say this to the Weaver, right?
That part I've written on a note to hand to Afton.
Oh,
I'm just
sorry, I didn't.
sharing emotionally because I don't think I can share words with her unless I do the thing, and I'm not doing the thing. So just sharing the emotions, the vision.
Okay.
My sisters come first, so if anything happens, you. She looks at Selena, she looks at the rest of the group, her family, and then her new sisters, the Fanes. I will be protecting them first. I understand what you're trying to do, and I'm trying to find redemption in it too, and I think you are as well.
She'll write down, "If he tries anything, I'll be the first to act. No blood will be shed in Ilmater's temple."
Well, then I guess we're set.
I suppose so.
Afton, can I talk to you alone for a second?
Of course, yeah.
I just drag her away.
Rylan looks uncomfortable for a moment, but then.
I don't drag her.
Yeah.
Steal your girl over here.
Yeah, Ron, there was a moment where like you were kneeling down for part of this and you're not sure if you're supposed to stand up yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like half like on one knee and you're just like waiting for your chance to stand up. Yeah.
Is it over?
Yeah. And you see them walk away together and oh.
Oh. He'll go juggle with Judas.
You can see he's like struggling internally with something like do you really think he can be redeemed after
Honestly,
everything he's done?
no, not on his own.
Why suddenly? Like what is it that makes you think there's even a chance, even with help?
I suppose it's because I've watched everybody turn around here. Victor, me, Lucina, we were all monsters. Hell, I don't know what Victor would be like if he wasn't under my spell. But he's something today. He helped a lot of people.
That's apples and oranges. He's a
Not.
young kid. Strahd's been like this for God's only know how many centuries.
Nocticula was in the abyss. And yet, she's still changed. And people look at her differently. Change is in everybody. Sometimes you just... I don't know. Maybe I am seeing change where there is none, but...
After all he's done to us, to everyone else, even if he yields, I don't know if I can hold back.
Lucina learned to forgive. People do horrible things, and they have justifications for a lot of them. Sometimes you just have to force them to see another light. You forced her through magic. Maybe I can force him. Not every monster is a monster.
But I didn't want to force Lucina. I don't want to force Strahd. It needs to be real. It needs to be from within.
But you did. And now she's better. Sometimes you have to force the cure. And then they get better. Why does it matter how it happens if it means saving someone?
Because even now he doesn't regret what he done to us. He justifies it. He justifies it.
He's stuck in a perspective he's never seen outside his own eyes. I was forced to look outside myself when I had a god shunted into my body. And now I feel like I hope that I'm a better person for it. Sometimes you need someone to wake you up. Sometimes you walk life in a dream, not knowing where you're going and just holding on to this vision that you've been chasing for years. And sometimes you just need someone to wake you up, to change. I spent years in a dream.
Maybe I'm just not the person I should be. Everything I do, it's selfish in the end.
I won't blame you if you do go through with it. I understand your anger and where you're coming from. It's wholly viable. He's done horrible things. And you're right. He feels regret for none of it. If I didn't hold the power that I hold now, I would fully support your decision. And maybe it's foolish of me to think that I have the power to change someone. But I've always been one to try. That's how I ended up with so many angry fathers on my ass.
Okay. I'll just think for a bit. You can tell, like, his body language, he's very awkward now. Like, he feels like he's being, like, scolded by a teacher, and he knows he should be better, but he's not. And,
She'll
yeah.
punch him in the shoulder and just be like, don't you even.
What?
Listen, you do what you feel is right. In the end, you're just as much an equal to me as anyone. We're all in this together. And you're the one facing him down, not me.
Okay. Thanks again for everything.
Of course.
You'll give her a hug.
She'll hug him back.
So Ryland's your brother now.
He's not my brother.
Lou, please.
Don't make things weird.
It's too late for that.
Why are you gonna make it weird?
Okay, let's get back.
Yeah, and they walk back to the group.
Lou pulls up the zip to his trousers.
What?
I joke. Oh.
Your flies down.
No, as if
But wait, aren't you two family too?
Alabama intensifies more. Yeah.
All right. What would you all like to do now? As Lou makes things awkward. Is it rest that you would like to find?
Yeah, I think we have. I don't know if we have anything else for tonight. Sleeping?
Am I trying to do something to a sun sword or no?
Oh, right, Sunsword.
Where are we doing it? What's the plan? Exactly.
I haven't
Blade
the
Master.
slightest idea what's going on.
Blade Master, what are they speaking of?
I think they want to try to cleanse you. How do you
Cleanse me
feel
of-
about that?
Cleanse me of what?
Well, He'll kind of look over back at them, a little unsure of this himself.
Yeah, I don't know how to talk to swords. I'm sorry. I'm not a blade bro.
Moru translation.
If the sword will speak
Blade,
out,
blade, sharp sword.
the sword
Sorry.
will speak out audibly and say, "Perhaps if you train, you could be a blade sister, Lou."
I'm pretty good with a blade, but not. Shut up, Sunsword. Alright.
Blade Master, I think I got him.
You did. You got him good. Vanquished.
Yes.
Can I.
Wait. Sunsword say got him.
Oh, I'm sorry. God.
Inside check. Inside check.
That was a DM slip up.
uh,
I tried.
Blade Master, I have gotten myself. Perhaps,
um,
perhaps I do need to be cleansed of.
And can I. Can I hold the sword?
you're not gonna run off with it, are you?
No.
You know I haven't forgotten, Lou.
No.
I guess.
Do you have Tiamat's Bane on you now? Like, is it visible?
What? Well, he has it on him, but it probably isn't visible.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
Where are you hiding?
No, I'm just curious. He wants to have a discussion about it. Anyway. Do you hand over Sunsword?
Hesitantly, yes. And it's more, he's so used to having it that it's really hard for him to let go.
Mm-hmm.
Lucina will take your hand, Lou, and she'll say, "Run!" And you see her like
Don't
starting
chase
running.
away.
And then yeah, she'll turn and start laughing real quick.
Yeah, Lou will laugh at that. Alright, but seriously. Lou's going to cast guidance on himself. And,
Such delicate hands. Says in your
thank you. Such a nice handle. I don't know how to
Still
compliment
making
swords.
awkward.
I would like to make an Arcana check. I want to like really examine the sword to the best of my ability from all the new things I've learned about items and stuff, and I want to like see if I can glean anything new. Fuck, I'm gonna use Oh fuck! Don't I? Oh, I don't. I don't even have DM inspiration. What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's
Oh, wait, can I do that thing where I use 2 sorcery points to get advantage?
allow it.
Generous God. 25.
That's better.
So as you examine the blade, you can definitely tell that obviously there was more to this blade. It used to actually have a hilt. You could definitely tell there were kind of little in the handle of the blade. There's still kind of this thin kind of line of crystal at the very edge. Some of it kind of a little bit shattered, and but as you examine it further, what is of it, the hilt, as you see kind of this gold and obsidian, but then you see that the amber and the darkness that almost looks like just burnt over hard on part of the handle. And as you focus on it and you recall the things that you've learned and are told of it, you know that there is this curse upon the blade, vampiric in essence. And there definitely seems that there almost is, in a sense, two entities, maybe more, definitely honed against evil, and another that thirsts and feeds.
With that check, would I know where to begin to separate these entities? Extract one, perhaps.
You gather that there is something to do with an element of heat, tempering, as well as perhaps a place to start would be with weaknesses of a vampire. But you gather that whatever curse, whatever this thing is, will not be easy to remove. But that is perhaps something that you could start with. You know that there is a. You know that the sword is sentient. You gather that there is perhaps an element, maybe not quite intelligent, but there is some sort of intelligence, though, maybe beast-like, to do with the actual substance itself. But perhaps the area to start that you can glean is there is a vampiric essence. Perhaps the weaknesses of a vampire could do something. Although you know that the Sun Sword does give off sun, and it seems like the thing doesn't seem to be affected by too much. Although you would, in the times that you've seen Ryland wield it, when the blade is active, there is this kind of bubbling of the dark substance within, or on top of the blade, the hilt.
Okay. And maybe shield itself from its own sunlight or something?
Something like that. Something, somehow it's tied to the blade and that aspect of it. Whenever the sun is activated, it seems like the substance is activated as well. But you get the sense of perhaps further heat outside the sun blade possibly could be a start. Would be something pretty difficult to cleanse an artifact that has been broken and still so powerful.
Okay.
You can
I
see
have an
Ryland.
idea. What's Ryland
I
doing?
was just gonna say, you can see Ryland impatiently just shifting his weight from foot to foot, just really wanting that back.
I hand it back.
And
Can Kovu put Devil String on the sword and see what Devil String does? Or next to the sword. He won't put it on the sword because there's too much light. He thinks Devil String probably won't like it.
Yeah, so there is a moment where Devil String kind of, with the light, kind of the tendrils back up, but then the tendrils kind of slowly move towards the blade. You can see they don't wiggle as much. They kind of just kind of point, kind of slowly kind of reaching out towards the blade.
Kovu's gonna ask Devil String, like, mentally if he can suck out the bad stuff. Or if he can shoot it.
So when you as you hold Devil String, and you kind of send those emotions through the Sun Sword, we'll say out loud, "No, little devil killer. I sense now that which is on me. I would not wish that upon you."
Koa's gonna take out his obsidian cleric statue. It doesn't have ghost in it anymore, I don't think. But he's gonna put it on the sword. Because it's holy.
Ren's just standing there holding the sword,
And
just kind of like,
he's gonna start taking out everything that's holy in his pockets. I have a lot of things that are holy. I have a golden disc to the Morning Lord. I have an obsidian cleric statue.
including
Wait,
a certain
what was that first thing you said?
He's
something-
not gonna put that on though, but he's starting and stacking things on the sword.
Do you have a holy symbol of the Morning Lord? Is that what you said?
I do. I have a golden disc to the Morning
Lou,
Lord.
Lou's gonna reach for that. Could I use that?
So grabby, Lou.
Something's coming up in my head.
And I guess Ko kind of shrugs and like hands it to him.
The Sun Sword will say, "Thank you for the tribute."
Put some candles on the sword.
You can see Rylan's just kind of like, the weight of it is just kind of weighing him down slowly but surely.
Blade Master,
I'm waiting for a Ouija board at this point.
Blade Master, I think we are rich now.
Also, I had this peacock feather. Is that magical? I've had it for like a long time, and I never asked. It's from the Were Ravens.
Yeah, I need to find my notes for that.
Cause I gave Lucina gave it to me in exchange. I gave her the pattern to make a Vasilka, and she gave me the peacock feather.
There is definitely magic to it.
What does it do? Because I'm sure I'm attuned to it by now.
Let's see.
Because I'm just not looking at my inventory. He's gonna put the amulet from the boggies around Ryland's neck.
Oh, jeez.
And make Ryland go to sleep. Actually, he's not. You have to want to go to sleep.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
But it makes you sleepy, and if you want to sleep, then you only have to sleep for 4 hours.
Rylan's gonna cast a glance back at Afton, like, help!
Oh, actually, I have a question. That spike from Asia is still within Judas. Is anything happened from that?
Do you try to? I mean, not that you know of. It's his chest is closed up.
Oh, okay.
Just 1 second. I can.
God, I forget I do so much random shit with him.
Yeah, you just pile all this loot that you have.
And Ryland perfectly balances it like a leaning tower of Pisa, just balanced.
So the feather would you would be attuned to it, I believe, if you have the attunement slots. If you do, then I imagine you would. It's been in your possession long enough.
Yeah.
So it would bring forth essentially a giant peacock that could be your mount and
Oh my.
perhaps fight.
What?
Yeah, you never asked about it, so it's like
Kova's gonna
the way
bring
I'm with
forth
magic
a
items is
giant
like you gotta.
peacock.
Oh my
He's gonna set that not on the sword but next to the sword for no reason whatsoever other than to have it there.
Kofu!
Also, Huffy Puffy and Cast the Fish.
Yeah, Huffy Puffy just like sits there and kind of falls back. Little hedgehog, just hew,
Aw.
little Jim quills or whatnot.
Yeah.
Stripes.
Anyway, I guess that's all I can do for Kovu. But yeah, that's his effort to
Just
try
offers
and help.
everything.
Yeah. There's just like a little like pile of things next to the or on the sword.
Okay, I have an idea. It's about like the essence we want out is vampiric, so we need the right conditions to oppose that. I don't know. I have ideas going through my head, like maybe we pour someone's blood on it, get the thing, eager, put it in a river, because flowing water kills vampires, and then like cast sunbeam on it or something. I don't know. Maybe all that together could do something, and the holy symbol of the Morning Lord could help cleanse it. I don't fucking know.
Yes, but
Anybody got input or something?
the thing is, I'm worried about all this. I, I can't say for sure what's going on with the sword, but I, I'm not sure I want to risk what it is. And
But think of what it could be.
I know it sounds weird, but even who it is, I, we already have a connection. And if, I don't know, if something that you do to cleanse it just takes that away.
The Sun Sword will say, "A sword is nothing without its master. If Blade Master does not believe or hesitate, then I will not feel confident in this either."
Hmm.
We have grown, and you have taught me much in our time together.
Rylan will nod. Yeah, it might it might be good, but at the same time, I just don't know if I want to risk it right now. We have too much at stake.
Don't you want to know what he's really like, though?
I do.
That's not really him. Whoever's in there, that's something that doesn't know it's suffering. I, over the telepathic link, say, like Lucina.
Mm. Rylan will try to ask the sword, "Are you suffering?"
I do not believe I suffer. I believe I have similar loss as part of your memory does. But I still know my purpose is to vanquish evil and protect the many. You have taught me that.
That's right.
I am what you have made me, what you willed me for.
Maybe his personality won't change. Maybe we'll just make him stronger. Look, we're not going to force you, obviously. I think it's definitely something you should do.
How about this? After the duel with Strahd, let me wield the sword the way I know how to wield it, without any surprises, hopefully. And then afterward, we can see what we can do.
Okay? It's your choice. Still, though, I think that whole thing I came up with, put it in flowing water, some blood to get the vampiric essence out a bit, then hit it with that fucking sunbeam. Definitely. should
That's
work.
why he's the boss.
Maybe say a few prayers. I don't fucking know.
You just need to stop. You gotta stop saying that part, boss.
That's the part that makes people worry.
Yeah, they're like here, and their eyes are getting brighter and brighter, and then you're like, I don't fucking know. And then they're like,
Hey guys, I'm not fit to be a king.
don't worry, boss.
Don't
We're gonna go
say
through my speech class once this is all over.
Look, I like coming up with ideas. I don't like making the decisions, though. I hate when you guys look to me for decisions. Just
But you're so decisive.
I'm glad. Look, no, I'm tactical. Afton is strategic. There's a difference, surprisingly. She's the big picture. I'm the here and the now kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm the wild card.
Yes, you fucking are. By the way, dispelling that gravitational pull, my dude. I fucking go to high five him again.
Just don't high five him out of existence.
that was amazing. You were amazing during the fight, right, Lucina?
Yeah, saved our lives.
You did. So, I guess if we're not gonna help out the censor tonight, we'll just rest up. Selena, maybe you should like send a message to Strahd and ask for a delay for the duel so we can have the funeral. Because I don't know. Like I do it myself, but I don't know the spell.
DM, can I cast sending into my pearls and then hand the pearls to Lou?
Sure.
I cast sending into a pearl and then hand it to you.
Okay, I've never done this before. What is it, 25 words?
Yeah,
Shit.
she holds up 2 fingers, pause, and 5.
7, okay. 7's not a lot. Are you sure it's 7?
She nods vigorously.
Lou has a plus 10 to Arcana. He knows. He's joking.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, shit. What do I say?
Selena holds up 5 fingers.
I don't think he's cast it yet.
I know. He's going to pick on Selena. Selena's going to pick on him.
It was 6 words, by the way.
That's even more words now.
I know. Selena's just messing with you.
More words.
I haven't cast it yet. Leave me alone.
I
Okay.
know.
How the fuck do I greet this dick?
Would you like me to do it?
It's not easy, is it? It's not easy.
I issued
When
the
you're
challenge.
Yeah.
I delay it. Okay. Okay. Strahd. You are invited to the funeral of Big Blue tomorrow. I'd like to delay our duel till the day after. Four words left. Oh shit, I've used them all.
I'm pretty sure that was 25 when you said after.
No, that's 24.
Yeah, it's
21.
21.
Yeah, I'm on 21. I've been fingering it.
Okay.
Phrasing, dude.
Hubba.
Don't be a dick.
You'll consider.
Are you pooping?
Are you pooping?
You pooping? You pooping?
Vampires do not poop.
But yeah, that's it. We hope you'll consider the last 4 words.
Lou. I can make the funeral, but I see no reason to delay the duel.
Hey, Selena, cast it into the thing again.
She does so. Looking
I
a little
cast-
upset you didn't say please.
Thank you. I cast it again. As a sign of respect for the dead, and considering how great a job we've done at sealing up Vampire, I really hope you'll consider. There, 25.
Make a persuasion check.
And obviously, it was said much smoother than Adrian said it.
Right.
Obviously, with 27.
Oh,
There's no D4 into that.
Nice.
Very well, but I get +2 that come with me to the funeral. If I'm to come.
Can you do it again, Selena?
He's just gonna wait till you guys use all your spells and then attack you guys.
Selena is going to write out on a piece of paper. I was able to contact him without a sending spell. See if you can reach out to him.
Oh, Strahd von Zarovich, Lord of Barovia, can you hear my voice?
So it takes 10 points of psychic damage.
You feel a pressure on your mind as if someone is reaching out to you, Lou.
Oh, I accept it.
Such flattery. So what is it? Why must there be a delay for a day for a funeral? There perhaps could be more that need to be laid to rest at the day of the duel.
As I said, as a sign of respect for the dead, but the issue comes with the invitation to the fane where the burial will be is only extended to you.
How do I know this isn't a trap?
We have agreed to a duel. We are not going to try to kill you before I get my chance at you.
Know this, while we delay a day, my people thirst. The mists, well, Vampire is gone. There are many things that come. The longer we wait, the less mercy shall be shown.
In the morning, then. We don't have to wait for sundown. And we can still have our meeting tomorrow to determine the terms. Agreed?
We will meet tomorrow for the terms, then. Very well.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
And then I use my ring to block off all connection, if I can.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely cut off.
Cool.
It's like, no, I'm staying in here now.
Oh fuck.
No, it's cut off.
Is that the equivalent of like slamming the phone when you're done, just putting that ring on?
Pretty much. All right, we've. Don't bring that. Don't bring that moment up again. Okay, yeah, we've got tomorrow to organize the terms of the duel, and then we can have the funeral. It'll just be Strahd, and then the fight is the day after, the morning after.
Yep. And
He's eager to get it done.
You know he's not happy about this either.
Mm-hmm. He's in a bad mood, guys. Well, no, he's in a great mood, but I probably
he didn't
brought
like
down the mood. Yeah. So let's try to be nice to him tomorrow.
Selena looks a little worried over that, but not solemnly.
He wanted to bring 2 extra. I was curious who it would be.
Probably Irina.
And Radine.
Or Sasha.
Of course, rather.
I wonder if he's still.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's still buddies with Morgantha. We gotta kill her at some point. I point at Lucina, like.
Do.
I wanted to bring something up real quick. If you let him yield and he comes under my control, there's something I want to do. I want to kill. She's gonna mouth the words Baba Yaga.
And why would you want to kill her?
She has a lot
not
of
disputing it.
Stakes in this game, and she's pulling a lot of strings. And I think that she's playing a lot more cards behind the scenes here than we think she is. Like a lot more. She's directly tied in with him. And I think if she goes away, then a lot more paths will open up. Honestly, I think this realm is more hers than his.
Yeah, I can see that. She's interesting. I'm surprised she hasn't taken more of a direct involvement in recent affairs, but maybe she's just enjoying the show.
Maybe so.
Dafton, you would recall there was a recent moment that you felt her presence close by.
Wait, which one?
Well, it would have been the most recent. It was during when the negotiations with Strahd were. You guys were starting to walk away, and there was nothing settled. You felt that song arise.
Right. I think she wants it to end with us killing him. That way she can continue her game.
Wouldn't that be what exactly is her game? And why would killing Strahd continue it?
Because it gets rid of the deal with him.
What deal did she have with him?
I don't know, but she has one. We've seen it.
Didn't she say she was like his mother or something?
Mm-hmm. Well, godmother of sorts. But she's godmother to both of us. She's the next player on this field. With or without him. I just wanted to put it out there.
Well, yeah, it's definitely something we can address afterwards, obviously. What if we kill him? You still want to go against her?
Yes. But I think our chances will be much slimmer.
We got a lot of stuff to do even after we're done here, don't we? I look over at Selena. We need to help you out.
She smiles weakly, a little flushed.
I believe there's someone still out in the wilds looking for you. And I look down at Kovu. Thinking about the Geth guy.
Gas the tower.
That's the one. Cool name. Love that name, by the way.
Kovu just shrugs and like brandishes devil string and like looks all tough. And then you hear like the echoes of children's laughter mimicked from his mouth as he just runs off. Go play with the kids.
The Weaver will kind of run off after Kovu, and we'll kind of stop him for a second. Oh, I need to thank you, Kovu. Your Loggies came and helped us in the what attacks there were in the swamp. They saved a lot of people.
King Kovu.
Kovu points at himself like me.
They wait for their king. They know you're saving the world.
Kovu grins. Well, as much as a bird can grin. His little eyes shine. King. He mimics.
Nice.
It's the depressing way Lou just said he doesn't deserve to be king. King.
And king. Oh fuck! I don't know.
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Guys, you gotta say it right. It's shit. I don't fucking know.
Kovu learned a new phrase.
Yeah.
It's like learning like a dragon show. It's like, shit,
Thanks for that.
I don't fucking know.
Oh, and we thought this was going to be our last session.
Mm-hmm.
How silly.
But I think with that, what does anyone else like to have a moment? What has Moru been up to? Fly on the wall?
Honestly, just pondering over what Rahadin was
Rahadin
talking
was
about.
saying.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the possible duels and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm thinking on where Cass's sister might be.
Nice.
How to get to her.
And Elise and Ismark actually seem to be they've been close by, but they've been kind of talking to each other and spending time at the pond and whatnot. But they let you know that they're here if you guys need help with anything. Ismark is a bit slow, even with Selena's healing, likely that you've done. But if you guys want any other moments before this rest, let us know and we can have them. If not,
If nothing else, Selena's going to approach Moru with a little scrawled note and say, "Would you like to come to the Weaver Fane with me?"
Clarification. I guess I haven't really paying attention. This isn't the Weaver's Fane? I thought this was.
No, this is the Seeker's Fane.
Seeker's Fane.
The
Okay.
Weaver is in the swamp.
The Weaver's in the swamp. Okay. I got him backwards in my head.
The Weaver has been. I mean, the Weaver's been a little bit more present, so it makes sense.
Got it. He's seeing the note. He would look down at her, because he's much taller than he used to be, and he'll simply say, "Yeah, that's fine. Plus, I need to talk to you about why you don't speak."
Talk at you, you mean?
Have a conversation with myself with you handing me notes because you don't use words anymore.
Selena starts
Except
signing at
singing.
him.
Does she know thieves can't?
She knows nothing. She's just making random movements with her hand. Just
Perfect.
What she's saying is actually very rude right now.
But I wouldn't know because I don't speak sign language. Yeah, he would nod.
One of the kids walks by and just like shakes their head at you, Selena, and then walks away.
He would then ask, "Why do you want to go to the Weaver's Fane?"
She'll just write down, Ilmayor reached through the prison and established a hold there for everybody. I need to go tonight to get things started for tomorrow. Truly consecrated for him.
Take 30 seconds, read that, and go. It makes sense. Give me time to think on what we're doing, what I'm doing.
She nods encouragingly at you, like she kind of knows you need to get away. And whenever you're ready, she'll tree stride with you to the Weaver Fane.
He'll nod, and as you probably cast the spell, he'll say, "Never can get over that singing voice now that I actually have feelings again. It's weird. It's an emotion I haven't felt in a while. It's almost joy, sadness, mixing together. It's weird."
Assuming that she probably has to like keep singing to keep the spell up, she'll try and like hit lower and lower notes, however possibly low she can go with Big Blue's voice, just making that difference between the petite little girl and the 7 foot tall big brother that she had. And there's a little bit of like spark of joy that's in her eyes as she's doing so, but there's also that great sadness because the voice does remind her of Big Blue.
Nice. And as you two begin to head to the Weaver's Fane, the Weaver will be with you before you head out, and she'll say, "If you don't mind, my daddies will help you. There's some big ones there that let them know what you want, and they can help. Um, and I'll make sure that you have plenty of tea if you need it. Keep you energized and relaxed if you need it. But I kind of want it to be a surprise. I feel like it'll be, like an extreme Fane makeover. So,
Selena,
yeah.
there's probably like several breaths of air that escape her. She's like instinctively giggling at that, but of course no sound comes out. And she'll just share her little bit of emotion, her joy at that, and basically inviting to extend that connection to everything in the Fane, whatever wants to help her.
Yep. Those that are there will help and give aid what they can. Make sure that there's definitely some adorable spots, and I was thinking a bigger tea room. I think I want to have more people over.
Selena nods, knowing what to do.
have fun.
All right. Then, using my new 8th level spell, I will get situated and started on what I need to do. And I'll use what spells I have left to start filling everything up for preparation.
All right. Moru and Selena head on through to the swamps of Perez, wherein lies the Weaver's Fane. Selena begins bringing forth something I think we'll see next week, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
good
a
with
little
that.
bit today, but we'll see. Maybe next week. But with that, is there anything else you guys would like to do before you rest?
I think that's it.
Bang Ryland? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
What was that?
I said bang Ryland? Question mark?
Oh my! Wow. I mean, Rylan probably would be spending time with Afton.
We find a secluded spot.
Uh-huh.
The Grove will make a secluded stuff spot for you guys. You're
Doesn't block
you're
the
very, you're
noise,
connected to this.
though.
Yeah.
Cue that
Yeah.
scene.
We're quiet. We're respectful.
You absolutely are not. Come on.
You,
Cue that
I
scene
like
from Disney's
Blue
Robin Hood
nose.
again.
Oh yeah.
That's all it is.
yeah. Just fade to black. Someone
Fade to
cast
black.
a zone of silence
Darkness.
or silence over darkness, silence.
Also, is Afton going to show him the ways of magic?
Yes. Baby, you know it.
Oh
I'll show you
my.
all the magic you
Oh.
want. Magic hands.
And magic touch, and then we fade to black. As the party finds rest in different places, comfortable throughout the Seeker's Fane. And rest you do as you restore your hit points, spell slots, and other things that you should. Um, I think there's definitely a time of there would be some downtime, but I think some time would have passed in Velaki. I imagine you guys helped out a bit, so there would be some passage of time. Um, but eventually, you all find rest, and then there will be a new day. A very early, I imagine you guys get to this new day. But I mean, I think with this, the next thing's gonna be the funeral, right?
Isn't it
Mhm.
the. You guys have to come to
Or
terms
I
with
guess
the
there
duel?
could be. I guess there could be. Or is that? Do
Negotiation.
we gonna have the terms before the funeral?
We can do it after. I don't care either way.
Either one, honestly. It'll probably be around the same time as the funeral, because you think Strahd's going to come meet us twice in one
Yeah,
day.
that's true. We can do it after.
Also,
He might be in a
Be-
better mood after, hopefully.
because I'm an asshole to my fellow gamers, don't forget to take away your HP from
Oh yeah,
what's that
Hero's
thing called?
Feast.
That's
Hero's
the
Feast.
one, yeah.
Hero's Feet.
Oh, I
And-
need to roll.
Yeah, poor Afton.
I do. I just got back some HP from leveling up, and now I'm gonna lose it. Alright, yeah. It's like the same amount that I gained, so we're right back down to where I was at. 39.
Well, you do feel Afton as the life force is taken from you. But then you feel it return just this night.
Ooh.
But strangely, it is not from within, as you know Nocticula, still very tired from straight up saving you multiple times.
Yeah, true facts.
Mostly the most recent from the Sunhorns, which took out a lot from her after she had shown you respite. This comes from something else. The tome.
Oh, interesting. So I don't lose my hit points?
You don't.
Huh.
Well, you do,
Damn,
but
dude.
they come back.
Ha. Ha. I see.
Hmm.
Hmm. Very interesting. But with that, you guys are rested. There is a new day. And at some point, I imagine Selena rested, but she's been doing considerable amount of work. But with this, I think we're
Yep.
ending early, but I think this is a good point to end, as you guys I think are going to start making your way to the Swamp Fane and the Weaver and see what it is now. And I'll give Brian and myself some more time because I think there might be a little bit more changes. So, but with that, I think we'll end a little bit early tonight. Definitely thought we'd be in the duel. I love that when things don't go the way I expect. I knew there would be some moments, so I love it. But then I'll be like so excitedly nervous next week. It's like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be it. But I had a blast. Nice, kind of more calm session compared to last week.
Last
Very
week.
true.
Yeah, the thing I had in my mind last week when I was thinking of the recap is like the when y'all were in that event horizon last week. It was I don't know. It's spoilers for Toy Story 3, I think. If you've watched that, when they're in the trash
grinder?
thing,
Oh,
they're
right.
going. It's like that's what I had in my mind. Like
the
it was like
furnace.
that type of moment, the furnace, where you guys are just most of you are all next to each other, about to go into oblivion. But yeah, and then
Hold
this
each
one was a
other's
much
hands.
much calmer, with some planning and getting some stuff done. Ryland getting access to the coven, so
Mhm.
more there's definitely more responsibilities with that too now. You definitely feel a heavier burden, being not only the knight, um, gifted in a sense, from the weaver, the Fane, and the huntress, unto Afton, but now you are the knight's, the coven's knight.
Mm. I like it.
You have a connection to that, so another title for the knight. But with that, yeah, awesome moments. Definitely more subdued, which I think was needed after that. And then I think it's definitely needed for we'll see what's to come with the duel and whatnot. So we'll end a bit early, and then I think we'll still play it by ear with Jay. Uh,
I won't probably. I should be. I'll message him.
yeah, just let me know because we'll still if we can we'll play. But we want. I mean, at this point, I feel like it's got to be all hands on deck, right? So yeah.
Mhm.
So maybe there'll be a little break, but we'll see. But yeah, y'all are still alive. Yeah, what's up?
Just last thing, did you add HP for Lucina?
I'm pretty sure I did.
I seen you roll it. I just didn't know if you added it to the sheet. I
It
just couldn't
should-
remember what her HP
well-
was at. I've changed her HP now to what it should be.
I'm pretty sure it should be. I'm pretty sure it added it.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'm pretty sure I did. Because I rolled it, and yeah. So she should be.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you guys didn't have to duel Strahd this session. There will be one.
Whew, another week to prepare. Excellent.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so
Okay.
nervous.
I
You
came
know?
up
You're
with
gonna have to
all
make.
this
You're gonna have to keep on
oven.
making more. Each
For
week,
those-
you're gonna be making all these cookies.
Yes,
True. So many cookies.
that's right.
Well, if things go good in the with what I'm doing, then maybe I'll have enough spell slots to properly help out as a spellcaster, so we don't have to wait an extra day.
Yeah,
At least
maybe.
in game, so might speed things up.
Even you probably regret me coming up or learning that what you base your Sylvan off of, because now I'm just coming up with all these words and you're like,
I
man, I
know.
don't know what you're saying.
I know. I don't have. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll surprise you. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Maybe next time I'll be able to say some stuff. But some of it's like reactionary, so I'll have to think of something Strahd will say to you, and that I love it though. You found that out, and you're using it. You're using it against me.
It's so fun to say, honestly.
Yeah.
It really is fun to speak.
The Elven.
The Evan tongue.
Sylvan. The,
Yep,
the
so,
more,
well,
the
yes.
more retro
Elves.
Elven. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's based off Elvish, though.
Yeah. No. It's isn't it like the older, more original Elvish when they were more with nature or something. I don't know. It's basically the same thing. It's all Fey stuff. All right, well, good session, guys.
One thing I do want to ask you guys is currently, I guess this is just for like DM possible preparation. With the duel, right now, currently, you guys get to decide where that is. Do you guys have any idea where you think you will?
I think it should
I
be
guess
next
you don't
to
have
the
to tell
river.
me, but just for like,
Mm.
because I do typically I like to have maps, but I think there's certain elements where sometimes we have maps and then it kind of goes into this theater of mind, especially with how crazy fast some of y'all can move. It might be on the map for a little bit, but then it might go.
Am I a psychopath?
The river's actually a good idea.
Well, I said the river where she drowned.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's-
I was
you could
thinking.
do it there. You could definitely do it there.
I was thinking, that where that whole thing went down with Strahd before.
Salinka Pass.
Yeah.
That actually was something I had in my mind. I was like,
Mm.
that'd be cool if they choose that too. But somewhere, yeah, you
But
guys have
also
something
the
like
place
something by the water.
where,
Cool, yeah.
where Lorena drowned would be great.
Jeez.
Yeah. But be thinking about that and let me know.
Psychological warfare.
Really?
What about
That's gonna make him want to yield, Afton.
It might, because
mean,
it'll
maybe.
remind him of me. And then he'll be like, man, instead of letting her go, maybe I should just fucking yield.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, I know. It is kind of crazy that I just said that.
But that it's smart being close to the water.
Mm-hmm.
Salinka Pass has water.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, be thinking once you, I guess, talk. Maybe let me know, because I'd like to have a map for it, but we don't have to, because I'll do a makeshift one and then with what you guys decide.
Although
Yeah.
back on that bridge would be pretty clutch.
Right, see, to me,
Yeah,
like
I like
and then
that.
this time Afton would be there too, which we'll see. We'll see if you guys are gonna choose to have the
Aw, that's so
the sorcerers to help you, which is what I would advise.
Oh yeah, of course.
And that way, like, people get to do stuff too. So, but it's like the main people doing the battle, and then the sorcerer is aiding and buffing and maybe doing a little bit of battlefield control stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. If that's, I mean, I guess I think the duel's happening pretty much no matter what at this point. So
Mm.
I think Lou's got his mind set, and I think several others you do. So it's gonna happen, I think.
Yep.
I feel weird not ending at 10, but I feel like it was just a good place to end.
I know, it's
I
true.
mean,
Save everything for next time.
Yep.
We can just keep talking as best friends for another 12 minutes.
I don't know if anyone is still watching us.
Seems that way. It's
Oh.
crazy
We
We
people.
have viewers?
Well, thank you for watching us, even though you probably are all lost.
Yes,
With
I
a
have
3-year
planned.
I was
campaign.
partway through. I had to update them on some things about Baba Yaga.
Well, thank you.
I got them notes. I'm the note
Sweet.
taker.
Awesome, thank you. To fill
Definitely
them in a bit,
appreciated.
because I was when we were like talking of this in the past too, I was like, how are we gonna explain? And then we're just like, no context is best context. But
Exactly.
No context.
we
is
have
best context.
yeah, we have fun. So I'm hoping you guys had fun listening to us and our drama that hopefully Afton and other people filled you guys in on. So I'm glad you stayed with us, and hopefully you had fun and laughs and stuff with us. So, things will get intense.
Yes, indeed.
And
Definitely
more
appreciate
cookies. More cookies.
it. More cookies.
More cookies.
I should go get some ice cream right now. That's probably what I'll do. I mean, hey, I might as well cut the time.
Oh boy. I wish I could, but I'll use this time to go to bed.
Yeah. Nice. One thing I need to talk to you guys about at some point, but whenever this is ended, I was thinking maybe we could like pitch in a little bit. I don't know if any of you guys know some artists I would love to all pitch
Oh,
in a
yeah.
little bit to get
Ooh.
someone to draw like some sort of port. I don't know what it is, but draw like y'all with something to do with this campaign. And I don't
Like
know.
a big
That's just an idea.
character portrait.
Yeah, character portraits of all you together. Maybe a couple of the NPCs. But yeah,
Like a
whenever we
family
win,
photo. Like a
yeah,
family
basically have a family
Yes.
photo with the characters. So
I
that's
would
an
love
idea
that.
I've had for a long time, and now that we're nearing the end game of this, I still think we're gonna have. I thought this might be, but you know, we'll see how long the duel lasts and the whatever that's going on with the Weave frame. But yeah, so and we'll get together and come up with something and find an artist and stuff like that. So
Sounds
Definitely.
good. After 3 years,
100%.
we need to commemorate.
yeah, I was about to say like yeah, exactly. I want something to commemorate. It'll be awesome. That we'll have.
I would 100% pitch into something like that.
Yeah.
I would pay full for
Same.
anything like that. my gift to the group, 100%.
It's awesome. Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get to play next week. Jay's gonna get with me, so we'll see. Hopefully, if nothing else, he can at least listen in. But we gotta have all hands on deck, especially for the duel. So I love you all. You're amazing. So I will see y'all hopefully next week.
Bestie
night.
M ever.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Group
You're
back.
better.
Get back
Very
to back.
Thank you. Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Good night, guys.
Man. Good night,
Night.
everybody.
Bye.